Okay, I'll do the introduction because I'm with two professionals here, a Moad Nomad and Wave. They clearly know what they're doing. Welcome to this 9-hole tournament match between Sir Tyler and Paul in the Mall, um, also known as Fat Albert in game. But anyways,
Tyler,
you
you're
can
not supposed to have started yet.
no, don't worry. Tyler's merely trolling the very gullible commentators with me. But I'll give a countdown to initiate this first match. It'll be on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh,
Tyler surprisingly has less stream delay than Paul in the Mall. Honestly unexpected.
Don't you mean Fat Albert?
Potato,
exactly.
potato. Both had pretty identical shots for the first stroke.
Pretty low wins, it seems.
Paul setting up a beautiful shot.
Yeah, nice approach.
Should be ahead after hole one.
Both
Yep,
sink for
both.
birdie, and Paul has about a 2-second lead, it seems.
Yeah.
Now let's see what kind of wins we'll get on hole two. Very good win there for Paul.
Both
Both
not doing the
doesn't-
disconnect shots, but it's a safe
Interesting.
strategy for a tournament.
Would have been. Oh,
Oh, Paul
Oh.
does sink it with the 30 north wind.
And
Very
Tyler
impressive.
missing it.
would have been an amazing win for disconnect, but it's safer to not do disconnect.
Yeah, Tyler's not too familiar with Wii Sports golf games, so he is at a bit of a disadvantage here. Not much
Yeah.
play time put into golfing games, really. So
Both very similar wins, but both taking completely different paths. See how this island will go. Ooh, makes it around and onto the green. Could
yeah,
get an
very
eagle
good
here.
approach shot from Fat Albert, landing it on the green.
And Tyler just making it to
Ooh,
just before the
barely missing.
fringe.
A near miss from Paul.
And Tyler
Tyler
makes the eagle.
So now they're pretty much even.
Yes.
Ooh, both south wind. Paul getting a lot worse south wind.
Your Paul got the
And a
most
worse pin.
unfortunate pin, yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler's got a pretty easy hole there, but let's see if we get the
Ooh.
almost.
Less than a foot off from Paul there. Tyler is gonna break away now.
Gonna go for disconnect hole 5.
Nailing the first
The
shot.
first shot.
Missing the
Oh,
second.
misses.
Both players struggling to hit the ball, which can be done by swinging the Wii
Oh.
remote.
Who would have thought?
Okay, should be a fairly simple birdie there for Tyler. Oh.
Paul out back in
Oh, and
Sandland now.
Just enjoying the beach.
this is going to be detrimental.
It's
Tyler
okay.
going for the double disconnect.
Fat Albert is getting a nice tan right now as he's soaking up the sun on the
Oh, misses the
late
first
side.
disconnect. Going for iron disconnect on this second shot here.
Sets up a long putt for himself.
Doesn't
That's probably
full
not gonna
bar
make
it,
it.
so yeah. Now Paul on to hole 6. It's going to go for the 10 dog water strat. Makes it. Will he
If he
go
can get-
for a disconnect on this shot here? No, he's going to go for the bunker strat. Oh, it hits off the edge.
The Z game strat.
Tyler making it to the bunker on 7. No wind.
Is gonna miss the wedge onto the green for an eagle. So he's gonna scrape by with the birdie here as Paul gets a bogey after landing in the bunker on that second shot.
Ooh,
Beautiful win.
good wind. Going to overshoot
Not the best
slightly.
shot.
Interesting shot from Tyler. Actually does get a good ricochet to land on the fairway.
Good recovery.
Nice putt for birdie from Paul. And Tyler also sinks his for a par.
There's a hole ahead by now. Oh, going for give up on 8. Ball.
Yeah, he got a very difficult wind to play, so I don't blame him.
I think we're fine for disconnect, but I don't think he's going for disconnect other than 5. It's
Oh.
very hard to play with no disconnect.
Oh wow.
Tyler does
Tyler
use the
doing the
respawn
wall.
glitch.
Really good water storage and a 509 by Tyler.
Paul ends up having to go for the right island. Unfortunately, lands his shot in the rough.
You could go for. He's going to go for the other island.
A pretty weak iron shot, though, ain't gonna make it over.
Just like that one Mario Party 3DS game, he's going for an island tour here.
Wave, unfortunately, has to live with this joke that did not fly well with the other commentators.
This 15 seconds silence.
And Fat Albert does sink that putt, only finishing 1 minute and 4 seconds behind his opponent.
Oh,
Adding the score.
Okay, so now for a couple of questions with the players, the ones with the golf clubs in hand. So Paul, how was the sand feeling for you on hole 5? Did you like it?
That's only happened to me a couple times, like ever. It was just a disconnect gone wrong, and we actually just theorized like right before this match started that if you get stuck on the sand, it might actually be faster to putt because that sand is considered out of bounds instead of a bunker. So that's what you saw me do there, just to try to give up as fast as possible.
Very valid strategy. How did you feel about your game, Tyler?
That's a decent time, I guess, for not playing the game at all.
Yeah, you don't have much
Yeah.
time put into golf, so very good
I
time.
think it's all right.
Yeah. Any other questions from my fellow commentators?
Nothing serious, no.
I'll save them for later.
Okay. The second match shall commence, I suppose. Both players get to the select a course screen, and then I will start the second countdown. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1,
Oh.
go. My fellow commentators losing brain cells by the second.
Who says you aren't too?
Me. Anyways, back to the game at hand.
Very unfortunate win there for hole 1, but seems to make it work quite well. I think that was 30. 30. No, it wasn't. I'm blind again.
British man cannot do math when playing on the American version of the game, so I will explain what the wins mean for y'all, if need be, but I think y'all can figure it out for yourselves.
Paul missing
Y'all
a putt,
viewers at home.
having to go for a par. Setting him about 7 seconds from Tyler.
It seemed to be 22 wind east and not 30 wind east as I had thought.
Tyler
Which is
does
still
disconnect with 10 south, and he barely
Ooh.
misses a putt for birdie. Was a tricky
Ooh.
one.
Oh, adding an unfortunate place in the bunker. I'm not sure if it will work. It does.
Yeah, he wasn't too far right, so he was at a higher elevation, so it was still possible for him to make that one.
Now they're both even.
Ooh.
Paul with
Tyler-
an interesting shot here. But
Tyler,
it does make
He
Tyler
it.
does seem
landing
to
in the
make
blonde
it.
kale.
Tyler,
Tyler might have hit that a bit short.
I don't think he's
He
realizing
does.
that if you hit the ball harder, you will land on the fairway.
Well, he might have telepathically been able
There
to
we go.
interpret that, as he seems to have hit the ball slightly harder and is now on the fairway.
I don't even think it was telepathy. I think he just listened. But anyways, on to hole 4 for Fat Albert. Gets 26 south, so it is going to have to be a red var to try to make it onto the fairway.
Tyler going for the driver chip and missing it. Unfortunate.
Tyler with a horrific hole 3, if I say so myself.
Oh, missed
I don't
push,
think-
but he'll
I don't think Tyler
still might be
understands
able
that
to
you
get
have
a hole
the ball
ahead.
in the hole.
Yeah, Tyler taking 10 strokes would have been faster to take 9 or less. On to hole 5.
Paul nailing the
Paul-
first disconnect shot.
Fat Albert going for the disconnect again. Will he avenge himself? A very good
Tyler
first
going
shot.
for bunker driver here, and makes it, but does not
Well-
get it in the hole.
That was an excellent
good
shot by
disconnect.
Albert.
Should be a fairly straight put here.
Excellent shot.
Makes it.
Fat Albert
hole
is great
ahead.
at short range putts, everyone.
Let's
5
see if
yards or less,
he
and
can-
Fat Albert is blessed.
Just 4 more holes to get.
Tyler with an unfortunate second shot for his disconnect is going to have to wedge onto the green here.
That's a beautiful shot by Albert. Landing fairly close to the hole. And Tyler nailing it.
Oh,
Bad aim from Fat Albert. He doesn't do good on uphill slopes, but he does still manage to scrape by with a bogey.
still managed to keep a fairly sizable lead.
Tyler reconnecting
Oh,
a bit
Tyler's-
too late.
It's in an
Good shot
unfortunate
from Fat
spot.
Albert. That is
Gonna
going to
go
just
right
land in
through
the bunker there.
Set up for a
It'd be a
really,
really
fast
nice
birdie.
wedge chip here.
Good aim as well.
To put it right next to the hole, yep. Still keeping a fairly sizable lead. But now we're getting into the holes where disconnect might be more prevalent for Tyler to catch up. If he can get there. Let's see how the hole 7 goes. Ooh, nice wind.
Tyler does miss the bunker though, so he's going to go quite far into the rough.
Paul going for give up again, which is probably the smartest thing to do at the moment, considering this big lead.
Yes, Paul does
Since
have
Tyler
a
will-
lead the size of a hole, just under it a bit,
Yes.
but or just over, I mean.
Beautiful
Oh,
wind.
that would have been really good disconnect win, but this should be good regular wind as well. This
Given
north
his
wind's
lead,
just
I don't
good at
blame him for
everything.
not doing disconnect.
Yeah, he had a good wind for not having to do disconnect either, so.
He should be able to make it onto the island fairly easily here and not overshoot it.
Ooh,
Oh,
Paul
it
with a
hits the
nice
pole.
pole bounce.
So I
Almost
think this
got
will
an-
be a game to Paul.
Almost got
Oh,
a Fat
does
Albert
overhit
Ross.
that. Oh, Tyler's going for disconnect, so he's going. He might cut it close. Paul's got to get this one in. He does. It's
524.
1-1.
A solid
That's a-
time from Paul in the mall.
Really good tournament match time.
Tyler with an interesting shot there. Where did it goes
Does he make
over
it?
the
No,
island?
I think he goes over. Yeah, he went over. So unfortunate, considering the win that he got. He does make it.
A nice iron
go-
chip from Tyler, except it misses the green entirely, along with the flag going into the rough. Not very nice, actually. I lied. Sorry, y'all.
Tyler resetting his timer because he does not want us to know his horrendous time.
Don't worry, everyone. I've been counting the seconds since he reset his timer. I will let y'all know what time he gets.
Oh.
And taking a practice shot in a 72-minute time from Tyler. 72 minutes and 11 seconds. Fantastic performance.
+6. Great score.
Took him a while to aim that last putt, but with a good calculation, he made it in.
Oh, he's trying to
All
get
right,
ahead.
now time for a very short interview segment with our two competitors. Moa, do you have any
Tyler,
questions
going
you'd like
for
to ask
interview.
these folks?
Yeah, Paul,
Yes.
how was your breakfast this morning?
I didn't. I always eat breakfast. I make it a point to eat breakfast, but I went to an estate sale this morning, so I actually skipped breakfast to make it there on time.
Oh, do you think that maybe had a factor in your gameplay, taking the win from Tyler?
Well, I did load up. I actually did get a McDonald's sweet tea with no ice for lunch, and I think that is benefiting my performance.
Excellent gameplay.
That Albert does love his sweet tea.
Okay. No questions for Tyler.
I don't think Tyler wants to comment on anything that just happened.
Well, let's ask him
I'll
instead.
talk about my breakfast.
Yeah, Tyler, how was your breakfast?
I had a bagel
I
at
don't
noon.
care. No, stop. I really don't care. On to the next
Okay.
round. Okay, final match here.
Decides
This is
who
for
gets to play me.
all the marbles. I have 5 marbles in my pocket, and whoever wins this, they will get all the marbles. Okay, on go. 7,
Go!
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
One,
go.
go.
I apologize for my idiotic co-commentators that y'all have to put up with, but I hope the viewers at home are able to accept that we are a very diverse community here in the Wii series speedrunning
Various
Discord
different
server.
intelligence levels.
Yes, especially in intellect is where a lot of us differ. But alas, on to hole 1 as Tyler makes it onto the green, whereas Paul is still
Does
on the
not make it
fairway.
onto the green.
A good wedge from
Ooh.
Paul just
That's all
misses
nice.
for a chipping.
So whoever wins this match will play me in the next round, and whoever loses will play against Todd in the next round.
Fascinating.
Fascinating statistics. Wait, not facts. You see, my intellectual levels are very low at the moment.
Oh, Tyler.
Speaking of low intellectual moments, Tyler misses a relatively easy putt, having to go for a par instead on hole 2. Same for Fat Albert though, as he got a very harsh wind, making it a pretty precise driver chip there.
But Fat Albert's about 4 seconds behind Tyler.
Tyler
Pretty
faces
nice
his arch
wind.
nemesis, the left island. Does make it this time.
So does Albert.
Yeah, Fat Albert with a beautiful shot, scraping through the spinach out of bounds.
Pretty nice power there from. Oh, in the bunker, but that's still good. They're pretty even at the moment, considering where they are. Almost in sync.
Both players having a relatively easy putt now, but sometimes you
making
can miss the easy putts if you hit them too hard.
Whoa. We
Tyler
again
going
see
for the-
Tyler getting bunker driver.
Yes.
Landing a bit too far into
A
the
very good approach from Fat Albert here. Then
No,
7
no
feet of the
driver,
hole.
but fair enough.
Albert will
So
take a
even
lead
though
here.
Fat Albert getting the worst pin is ahead.
Fat
Out
Albert
of
crushing the
hole.
competition, not only with his weight, but with his better golf skills.
A bit far to the right there for the disconnect, but I'm sure he'll be able to hit it soft enough for the second. Oh, he doesn't
Fat
get
Albert watches it sink into the nearby lake. That is going to
Does
cost him
not-
some time.
the unfortunate hardware malfunction there.
And another failed disconnect from Paul. This is giving Tyler a huge lead.
Will his remote reconnect? I think he should go for give up here, I think, by now. I think that's what he's going to do.
An unfortunate situation for Paul and the Mall, but he's not out of it
No.
yet because Tyler still has to play holes 6 through 9. Safe strat from Tyler, but he does not land in the river, so he is going to lose a little bit of time. Paul with a solid shot that is going to get into the water. Oh, and a
Yep.
missed putt from Tyler.
This will give a
Allowing
chance for Paul to catch up.
Especially considering some of the
Oh.
really hard last holes.
Doing
Paul
deep
under
into
hits the
that
second
one-
shot. Choosing to go for the wedge here, though. That ain't going to make it up
No
even with the red
wind.
bar.
No wind on 7, making Tyler's shot fairly easy to do. Right in the bunker.
Tyler is going to have to really struggle on one of these upcoming holes to give Paul a fair shot.
Or the disconnect's going to have to go terribly wrong on 9.
An interesting shot from Paul, but it does narrowly avoid the
Man.
leaves.
Oh, really nice win for disconnect, but he missed. Oh, he does get the disconnect.
What a
Yeah,
good
Tyler
play.
does nail it, lands on the green, and does sink the putt to secure the birdie. Paul still choosing to give up 8, but he did have an alright win to
Win
play
that
it.
could work if Tyler manages to hit these disconnects really hard. He might be able to make it, but it doesn't look too good.
Tyler's struggling with this next disconnect.
He's going to have to really smack this one.
Potentially
He
having some
does.
PTSD from his past 9-hole runs. He's only done like 12 of them, but anyways.
That's besides the point.
Paul with good wind, but
But that's
it
the
doesn't
end of
matter
it.
because Tyler has finished his 3rd game of golf, winning the series 2-1, and also getting the 5 marbles I happen to have in my pocket.
All 3 of those races were pretty close. To be fair, they gave me much more entertainment than I was expecting.
Yeah, both competitors getting times under 6 minutes, except for Tyler's 72-minute time, but that's besides the point.
5:39 by Paul.
Very well done. So Tyler, how does it feel to be a winner?
Me?
No,
Me? He was asking me.
Paul. How does it feel to be a loser?
Pretty good. I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to my next match. I did what I set out to do, and that was take a game. So happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah, very solid performance, if I do say so myself.
I have a question for Tyler.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
That is all for today. Thank y'all for tuning into the match. I hope everyone at home enjoyed watching this event.
I
you
don't.
will
They're not at home.
You will see more Resort Fest golf tournament matches in the near future, so stay tuned, keep the notifications on, and subscribe to _G_Meister on Twitch
No.
and to help with
At
funding the
Q3.
event. Y'all have a good afternoon or evening.